In today's video, I'd like to introduce you a very nice problem of Dutch Mathematical Olympiad edition 1991. Here is the following setup for all real numbers x. Here is the following application. We have 4 is multiplied by f of x minus 2 times is multiplied by f of x minus 3x equals 0. Okay, so our goal, we are going to prove f of 0 equals 0. Okay, in fact, this is very nice and interesting problem to work on. So the nice thing here in 0, as you plug in 0 into this function, you get 0 here. Okay, so you will have the relationship between this one and this one. You will have 2 times f of 0 equals f of 0. Okay, so which is nice thing to work with now. So I would recommend to give that try to this problem prior getting to the solution. Go ahead, pause this video when you come back to see the full solution. Okay, now let's jump into the solution now. So the idea that I'm going through, if you have something like capital A is strictly superior than 0, and you have at the same time you have a capital A strictly inferior than 0, then you find none of these cases works, which is impossible to have this one. This one is strictly implies A must be equal to 0. Okay, so this is the idea that I'm going through. So if you have something like capital A is strictly inferior than 0, and also you have capital A is strictly superior than 0. Okay, then at the end none of these cases works. Impossible to have this one. This one is strictly implies capital A must be equal to 0. Okay, this is the idea that I'm going through. So now, so by the way of contradiction, suppose f of 0 equals capital A. This capital A must be strictly superior than 0, like this. Okay, so f of 0 equal A strictly superior than 0. I'm simply going to plug 0 into this application. So we'll have 4 f of 0 minus 2 times f of 0 equals 0. Okay, so I'm simply going to plug f of 0 with A into this one. So I'll go 4 times is multiplied by f of cap A minus 2 times A equals 0. This one equivalent 2 times f of A equals A. Okay, so I'm going to keep this one for later. This is very nice found fact. Now what to do? Now I'm going to plug A into this function. So we'll have 4 is multiplied by f of A minus 2 times f of A minus 3 times A equals 0. Okay, now I'm going to plug this found fact into this function to see what's given us. So we'll have 4 times is multiplied by f of, here it becomes A over 2. I'm just replacing f of A. I'm dividing both sides by 2. I get f of A equals A over 2. That's what I did here. But here I'm going to replace minus 2A with A. I'm going to replace 2 f of A with A. I get minus A minus 3A. This one is giving us 4 times f of A over 2 minus 4 times A equals 0. Okay, I'm going to move over 4A to the other side and divide both sides by number 4. Okay, this one is giving us f of A over 2 equals A. This is another nice found fact. So I have 2 things here. I'm going to replace x with A over 2 into this function to see what's given us also. So we'll have 4. So we'll have 4 f of A over 2 minus 2 times f of A over 2 minus 3 is multiplied by A over 2 equals 0. Okay, then I'm going to replace f of A over 2 with A. I will get 4 of f of A minus 2A minus 3 over 2a equals 0. Equivalent, 4 times is multiplied by f of a. So by calculating this one is giving us minus 4a minus 3a, which is minus 7 over 2a. I'm going to take minus 7 over 2a to the other side. I will get equals 7 over 2a. Okay. Then I'm going to replace 2 of, then this one is giving us 2 is multiplied by 2 of f of a equals 7 over 2a. Okay, and also I'm going to replace 2 of f of a with a. Okay, I get 2 times a equals 7 over 2a. By cancelling out a from both sides, I will get 2 is multiplied by 2, I get 4 equals 7. This is contradiction. Okay, so this case doesn't work. That's mean our assumption was wrong. F of 0 equal a superior than 0 is impossible. Now let's move on to work on the other side. By the way of contradiction, suppose f of 0 equals minus b, which is strictly inferior than 0. Okay, now I'm almost doing the same job. So as I did before, by replacing x with 0 here, I get 2f of 0 equals f of 0. By replacing f of 0 with minus b, I will get 2f of minus b equals minus b, like this. Okay, so I'm going to use this fact now. At this point, I'm going to replace x with minus b. I will have 4 is multiplied by f of minus b minus 2 times f of b minus 3 with minus 3 becomes 3b equals 0. Okay, I'm simply going to replace f of minus b with minus b over 2. I will have 4 is multiplied by minus b over 2 will be replaced with minus b, which is plus b plus 3b. This one simply is giving us equals 0. This one equals 4b. By taking this 4b to the other side, I will get 4 times is multiplied by f of minus b over 2 equals minus 4b. By dividing both sides by 4, I will get f of minus b over 2 equals minus b. Okay, so also to replace x with minus b over 2, I will have 4 is multiplied by f of f minus b over 2 minus 2 times is multiplied by f of minus b over 2 plus 3b over 2, like this, equals 0. By replacing f of minus b over 2 with minus b, I will get 4 is multiplied by f of minus b minus this one will be replaced with f of minus b over 2 will be replaced with minus b, which is plus 2b plus this term, which is 3b over 2 equals 0. Okay, so by calculating this one is giving us 7 over b, 7 over 2b, so which means 2 times is multiplied by 2 of f minus b equals minus 7 over 2b. 2f of minus b will be replaced with minus b. I will get minus 2b equals 7 over 2b. So this one, after simplification, I will get 4 equals 7, which is also impossible. Okay, so finally, thus f of 0 equals 0. Okay, so if you have a second proof, just let me know in the comment section below. So I have done this problem. If you are interested in this one, don't forget to support us with your like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. We will see you next video. Bye.